What's up? Welcome back, everybody. Today it is day number 2 of our daily vlogs, and this is something that we're doing every day. If you don't know who I am, my name is David. I'm one half of Two Buddies Enterprises, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the things that are going on that happened today. So, first exciting piece of news is for those that are just joining us, we actually have a lot of improvement and growth on the video interview that I'm doing with my pops. So I'm using Chat GPT right now to write the entire script and to really go in depth on the types of things that I would ask someone in a very, very in-depth, non-surface level interview. Things like, let me see here. It was things like, I'll just pull it up and I'll tell you about it. Things that were really about your origin story. Like, tell me about your parents and what their roles were in the typical household as a kid. Like, what did that look like for your family? What type of roles did your heritage play in your upbringing or in your ability to connect with people because you were in a primarily Hispanic community? So things like that, where we get really deep and kind of go in depth. So I'm very excited. I also spent a good hour and a half today talking with one of my cousins who he's a photography and videography expert. So he schooled me and brought me up to speed on our microphone setup and a lot of the things I had questions on regarding the upcoming videos I'm planning to shoot. So invaluable being able to talk to him. A lot of improvements are going to be coming into the channel. I figured out the audio delay issue. So what I basically realized is the time that you have to mess with when you're messing around with audio delay and advancing audio or pulling it back, the bittiest amount, like 25 milliseconds, can make it really difficult to figure out, did I advance it too much or did I go in the wrong direction? So ultimately, the way I ended up fixing it is I recorded 5-second samples at all these different settings, and I would watch it after I made an adjustment. And I very quickly realized if I need to go in this direction or that direction. So for my setup with my DSLR and my Sony camera, I realized that in OBS Studio, I actually need to have a 650 millisecond audio advance. So not a delay. Yeah, I think that's an advance. Let me see here. Based upon the computer, it's just an offset, a sync offset. So not sure which direction I'm doing it, but I'm doing it by 650 milliseconds. So that's what's happening. So yeah, mentioned today's vlog number 2. I made a bunch of adjustments to the camera. I hope you guys can tell. I'm on a manual shooting mode now that allows me to control the aperture, my f-stop, ISO, and I seem to really be able to brighten things up quite a bit. I was struggling to not look so dark in the face when, I just was trying to make videos like this. So every video I make, I'm improving something every day. So yesterday we actually improved 2 things. I now have the audio delay fixed and synced up, and I got the colors corrected. So we're no longer just using intelligent auto on the Sony camera, even though that's great if that's what you're doing. These are more custom settings that are tailored to my experience and what I need. So I'm going to keep this video short for today. I don't want these to ever get long or get to a point where people kind of swipe away from them because they're boring. So I'm going to bring lots of high energy, keep it short, keep it sweet, talk about the things that are going on in the business, in the channel. Aaron is actually going to be streaming tonight. So we got him a webcam. We're ordering his monitor setup, and he'll be now I have brain farts when I'm on the camera like this, interacting with chat while he's streaming. So that's really exciting. But yeah, nothing but good things. And again, as always, if you have recommendations for how I can improve this setup, if you have, settings I can put into my Sony EVZ10 to make this look better, send them to me in the comments, because I just found out today that this camera, as amazing as it is, I can't even get the full 4K capability out of it using the USB pass-through on it. So for the last 4 or 5 days, I've been making videos and messing around with my settings, and I never realized that the reason I couldn't get 4K to come through is because the USB connection is limited to 720p 30. So this looks pretty good right now. I think it does. This is 720p, which makes me really excited, because imagine when we have 4K. Like, this is just only 720, so think of what this will be like for showing things off. Like, I love the way this camera looks, the way that it autofocuses, how detailed it is, how it switches back between like what they call product showcase, which is what I'm doing now, versus my face, really nice and quick. So lots of great things coming. Oh, I also found out from my cousin that I can use my regular 4K 60 iPhone that records in 4K, and I'm not going to need to buy a second camera body. In my limited experience, understanding of how this interview is going to work, I thought I was going to need multiple camera bodies, multiple lenses, all this soffit lighting and all this stuff that I really don't have. And where I'm starting this channel out on somewhat of a budget, I needed a pro to help me out, and he really did. So what we're going to be doing instead is we're going to be using 2 iPhones, both capable of recording in 4K 60, and those will be our like my interviewer shot, because I'm going to be the interviewer, as well as maybe like a wider shot. And then the camera itself will be on a really tight, very, very artistically framed focal length on my dad, so that as we're cutting this together, it's not just 2 guys sitting in front of a camera, you know, like it'll have movement to it and depth and color. And when it's done, it's going to be awesome. So very excited about this project. That's what I've been meaning to tell you. ADD, forgive me. So I bought a Elgato 4K cam link because, again, I can't get 4K out of the camera into the computer. So we got the Elgato 4K cam link. It should be here in a day or two. And from there, we'll quit using the USB-C out feature from the camera, and instead, we're going to use a mini HDMI straight from the port on the side of the camera into the Elgato capture card into my computer. And what I didn't know is that the computer has no way of seeing that 4K video quality unless we convert it from HDMI into USB. So the capture card that I'm getting, it'll allow me to do just that. I won't use the USB-C out feature anymore from the camera, and instead I'll be turning off all the infographics on the screen itself so that when I'm outputting video through the HDMI, it doesn't show like my ISO and the autofocus. It's just a nice clean screen in 4K. I didn't go with the 4K 60 Pro. Only reason is I just recently learned that you don't actually stream or film a lot of things at 60 FPS in 4K. Cinematic movies and feature-length films are shot in 24 FPS, which I didn't realize. And I guess a lot of people that are using cameras with nicer sensors and have the ability to make their lighting look great, they're also not using man, these brain farts. If this isn't realistic, I don't know what is. We're at the end of the day here. I needed to make this video. Didn't want to get too into it, but anyways, Elgato capture card, it's coming. The interview is coming along. All the questions that I'm writing out to ask my dad about his childhood, it's getting more and more in depth. So stay tuned. Keep following along on our journey. Figuring out the editing thing, I just realized that I've been using the wrong program. That's way too intense for someone with my experience level. So I'll be switching to, I believe it's called Adobe Premiere Pro at the recommendation of my cousin. So that's my next thing is next week. I want to make some edited videos that have some transitions, have a title, maybe clip out some things that I didn't need to have in here. Cause honestly, the way I got music in this video today is I put on some DMCA free music in the background and I'm just letting my OBS record it as I talk. So, not as high tech as I'd like, but we're going to change that. I'm already very happy with the way that the lighting is turning out and just the way everything looks from the adjustments I made in the camera. So let me know what you think. This is just the beginning and there's a lot more to come. So thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I hope I'm starting to appear a little bit more comfortable on camera and not quite as, as forced, because I realized that no one wants to watch that. So please like, subscribe, share this video if maybe someone you know that I know would appreciate it. I know we're still pretty small to just be sharing our videos because I'm not really producing valuable content yet that would apply to the masses. It's more like if you know me and my journey and my family or the people I'm working with, it's exciting stuff. So it's going to be great. So looking forward to the holiday season, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Bye.